Hello, my dear students. Welcome to today's class. In the previous class, we started a story. What is the name of the story? Yes, the name of the story is Polya, which is written by Mikhail Zoshchenko. The story Polya tells about the importance of being literate. It is a story about a lady named Polya who is illiterate. So, we will continue the story with the new words and their meanings. Mend means to repair. Rustling means the soft sound that paper or leaves make when they move. Unfolded means to open. Sniffing means to draw air through the nose in a way that makes a sound. Contrary means the opposite. So students, now we will see the rest of the story. One day, Polya was mending a jacket for Ivan. The sleeve was torn. Polya took the jacket in her hand and a needle. She heard something rustling. Polya thought that maybe there's money in the pocket. She looked inside and found a letter. It was a nice, clean one with a neat handwriting. The letter was in a blue envelope. The paper smelled of perfume. Polya became pale. Polya thought that Ivan was in love with another well-educated woman. Polya opened the letter, but she was unable to read it since she was illiterate. Polya felt sorry for being illiterate. Polya wanted to know what was written in the letter. She started crying. She hid the letter in her cupboard. She finished sewing the jacket and waited for Ivan to come home. Students, now we will have the model reading of the text. So, listen carefully. One day, Polya sat down to work. She had to mend a jacket for Ivan. The sleeve was torn. So Polya sat down at the table, took up her needle and put her hand under the jacket. She heard something rustling. Maybe there's money in there, Polya thought. She looked inside and found a letter. It was a nice, clean one with a neat handwriting. The paper smelled of perfume and it was in a blue envelope. Polya became pale. Was Ivan in love with another woman? Was he exchanging love letters with well-educated ladies and making fun of his poor illiterate wife? Polya looked at the envelope, took out the letter and unfolded it. But since she was illiterate, how could she read it? For the first time in her life, Polya was sorry that she had not learned how to read and write. Even though it is somebody else's letter, she thought, I have got to know what is in it. Maybe it will change my whole life. Maybe Ivan loves another woman. Maybe I will have to go back to the country and work as a peasant. Polya started to cry and began thinking about how Ivan seemed to have changed lately. He seemed to be taking more care of his mustache and his clothes. Polya sat looking at the letter. She kept crying and sniffing, but she could not read it at all. To show it to someone else would be unthinkable. Polya hid the letter in her cupboard, finished sewing the jacket and waited for Ivan to come home. So my dear students, you should also read the text 2-3 times. Now we are going to learn about relative pronouns. So you all know about relative pronouns, right? Yes, in the first unit Nature's Plenty, we have learned about relative pronouns. We use who or whom when we talk about people. When we talk about things, we use that or which. So students, what is the rule of relative pronoun? Yes, when we talk about people, we should use who or whom, and when we talk about things, we can use that or which. Now complete the following sentences using the words who, which or that. The first one is done for you. A teacher is a person who teaches. So here we talk about a person. So we have to use the relative pronoun who here. So the sentence becomes a teacher is a person who teaches. Now we will see the second one. A dictionary dash used for reference. So a dictionary is a thing. So we can use either that or which. So the sentence becomes a dictionary is a book which or that is used for reference. Here both which and that is correct. Now we will see the last one. This is the house dash Jane built. So here also we talk about a thing, that is house. So we can use either that or which. So the sentence becomes this is the house that or which Jane built. Here also you can use the relative pronoun that or which. Now we will do another activity. Answer the following questions using relative pronouns. Name the river that flows near your house. Pamba is the river that flows near my house. So here the relative pronoun is that. Name the person whom you like the most. Ammu is the person whom I like most. Here whom is the relative pronoun. Which is the story that you recently read? Polya is the story that I read recently. Here the relative pronoun is that. Name the oldest person who lives in your neighborhood. Madhavan is the oldest person who lives in our neighborhood. So here who is the relative pronoun. Students, did you notice a mistake here? The spelling of neighborhood is wrongly given. The correct spelling is Neigghbourhood. Now you can also make sentences of your own making use of this relative pronoun. So students, how was today's class? I hope you all have enjoyed today's class and you all understood about relative pronouns also. Thank you students.